Hi everyone, and welcome to Sit in It for a Bit with Arne and Carlos, and we are as always your hosts
Arne and Carlos.
And we made it yet another Wednesday with a podcast.
We did, yeah. And we're still in the same room.
Yeah.
In the same place.
Yeah, previous seasons we've gone from room to room and had different backgrounds, but for simplicity's sake, because we're so busy this year, we're staying in the same place. And this is a place where we've pretty much been all the time. This has become our sewing room. And this is where we have been working on our folk costumes. And we've also recently had a recording session with Anna, Eric and PJ, and we were here doing all the recordings as well.
But now this is probably the last Sit and It for a Bit for a while from this location.
Yeah.
Maybe, because things are happening now.
Yeah, so we're going to think of another location for next episode.
Time.
Anyway, Sit in It for a Bit. If you're new to our podcast, this is a weekly podcast. We post on Wednesdays, and it's not at all about knitting. It's about everything else but knitting. And the Sit in It for a Bit part actually is you. So you sit down and you knit and you enjoy a nice hour together with us while we recap our life and everything that's been going on here. This is how we've been doing our podcast since the pandemic.
Yeah. And today I don't think we have a lot of knitting to show this time.
Yeah.
Nor sometimes we don't have any knitting.
Yeah, well, it depends on what we've been working on mainly. And
lately we've been working on the folk costumes, and I think we will finish them now.
Well,
I think
not yet, but
in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I think that today is going to be the last update on our folk costume jacket.
Yeah.
And the next time there's an update, you'll see us wearing it, whenever that is, because we've done pretty much everything we can, except for all the tedious work that we need to do by hand. Before we start showing you this week's or what we've done on the costumes since last week, we have now had two new guests move in permanently to our home. And we're talking obviously of Elfrid and Ladejarl, who are our electric car and our car charger.
Yeah, and we've been out driving today.
Mm-hmm.
It's like being in the computer. But actually now the roads are actually clear from ice and snow. So I think we are going into beetle season very soon.
We're going into beetle season, but when we're not going into beetle season, we'll be driving environmentally friendly, our cool electric car. And we got it last week, last Thursday.
I think we will never fill a car with diesel anymore.
Yeah, I think we did that for the last time.
I think we have done, because when we go abroad and we rent cars, there's always gasoline, and the Beetle is gasoline.
Yeah.
So
our old car was a diesel car.
Strange. Yeah.
But they don't like that in Norway. In Norway, they say that the diesel cars are the worst when it comes to the environment. And our government is very much into getting as many people as possible to drive electric cars. So we get a lot of advantages by doing so.
Yeah. What will happen with the gas stations?
I don't know. But in Norway, we've said it before, Norway is the country in the world with most electric cars per inhabitant. And it's basically because in Norway they are tax-free. So we don't pay taxes on the electric car or VAT, but we'd have to pay a lot of VAT and taxes on a conventional car. And also all the toll roads are either half price or free if you have an electric car. So we're going to be saving a lot of money, it looks like.
And you have downloaded the app, so now you can have a conversation with Elfrid and Ladejarl while they're in the garage.
Yeah, doing their business.
I put Ladejarl in this evening.
Yeah.
He's now
in
charging.
Elfrid. Yeah. They're having
he's
fun.
Charging Elfrid right now, as we speak.
Yeah, they're having fun in the garage.
And you can check on your mobile.
I can, let me see. Let me check
the heat.
Let me check what's going on.
What's going on in the garage?
What are the kids up to? You know, this is kind of like a what are the kids up to moment. I'm going to check on my phone. Let's see.
It's like we are now in a new age in a way.
Yeah.
We left 1800s.
So, okay.
What are they doing?
So at the moment, we've got 74% battery in our car.
That's a lot. We can go far.
Yeah, and our range is 318 kilometers. It says 4 hours and 40 minutes remaining. Let me go to, this was Elfrid's information. Now I'm going to look up Ladejarl's information.
Because he's smart. He's
Yeah.
charging when the electricity is
Cheap. Yeah, exactly. So let me check what Ladejarl is up to right now. What is he doing? Actually, Ladejarl is charging right now.
Yeah?
No, he's not. Charging will start at 4.
Because the prices are better.
The prices will be lower at 4. So he's going to be charging at 4 p.m. This, in Europe. Yeah. So...
Are we happy with that? Are we happy with Ladejarl? Yes, we are.
Yeah, he seems like a very sensible, reasonable kind of charger who will charge when the electricity costs are as low as possible. We've made some calculations and it looks like we'll be saving a lot of money on VAT, on tolls, and also on, charging is cheaper than petrol or gas
and
diesel
charge
right
at home,
now.
it's also
Yeah, it's way cheaper as well.
cheaper.
So yeah,
It's very interesting. It's a strange thing. Very strange.
mm,
Because probably a lot of people have it already and don't think it's strange, but for us it's so new.
yeah, we have to get
very
used to
strange.
this, and it's a whole new way of thinking and a whole new way of driving.
And it's not it's an automatic car.
Mm,
That is also very very strange. But it's gone good
Yeah.
so far. But I actually have to say I like to drive with the stick.
yeah, Arne
So,
loves
Luckily
stick.
we have the Beetle,
Mm.
so we can use the stick.
And our old car was a stick car as well, but this one's an automatic. As of now, we have both driven it. Arne has driven it. He drove it home from Gjøvik on Thursday, so he got to try
But
it
now
first.
I can't do it because you're so eager. You just want to drive all the time.
Yeah, but you drove it a little bit
I
today,
did.
and then I drove it most. And it's fun. I mean, it's got a lot of oomph in it. It goes very fast when...
I think the best thing is like there's space for my knitting basket
yeah, that's your...
because there's no engine there.
There's no engine,
a
so...
lot of space.
We've got a lot of space in the front, and there's a console between us, and on the floor there's like an opening like that, and that can be filled with yarn.
And maybe with this car I can finish some UFOs when
Yeah.
we travel.
And the deal now is that Arne has been driving for so many years, so the deal now is going to be me doing more of the driving so that he can do more of the knitting when we are on the road. That's what you want anyway. That's your dream.
But I like to drive as well.
Yeah.
But
It's
the
nice.
Beetle, that's more me.
Yeah, that's your car, obviously. And if you're wondering about the names, Elfrid is a Norwegian name, Elfrid. But El also means electricity in Norway, so it's a little pun on that. And Ladejarl, he's an aristocrat,
Yeah.
obviously. Jarl, Jarl,
Earl.
it means Earl. And in Norway, well, in Scandinavia, I think this is from the Viking times and forward.
And it's in Trondheim.
Yeah,
Lade.
and Jarl, you put the Earl title actually behind the name, so it's not the Earl of, it's whoever Earl in Norwegian. So Jarl, he's the Earl Lade.
Yeah, now he's in our garage.
Yeah,
Charging Elfrid.
yeah, and that sounds so
Dirty
bad.
boy.
And Lade is a name, Lade, but it also means to charge. So again, a little play on
word. We're
on
so
words.
funny.
We're so
you know?
clever.
We're so funny.
Yeah. So anyway, there's no action yet in there.
No.
No. It's gonna
Have to
start.
wait for half an
Yeah,
hour.
the action is gonna start in 25. I mean, they've scheduled their fun, so it's gonna start in 25 minutes now. Eco mode.
Okay, talking about knitting. We have been knitting this week, but we can't show what we're doing because we are preparing the mystery knit for the cruise.
Yeah.
When is the cruise? In May.
It starts on May 2nd. Yeah. We can say this much. We used to do like a cowl with thick needles. So we used to do a cowl with a lot of patterns on it, and we used to give out the clues every other day.
So people can wonder, is it a cowl? Is it a pillow? Is it a
tube top?
Tube top?
Or a miniskirt?
Or a miniskirt?
Yeah.
What is it? I think most people understood
Yeah.
what it was. So this time...
Well, we're not going to say too much, but we're going to say...
But it's not a mystery until you...
Yeah, no, don't say anything. There's only one thing we're going to say. 100% for sure, it's not a cowl.
No.
That's it. You won't know anything else in case you're on the cruise, or if you're coming on another cruise later on. You're not going to know what it is for now. But anyway, whatever it is, it's not a cowl. That's for sure. And yeah, it's fun doing that. We're doing the preparation, and also
we have to go through everything, because if there's a mistake, sometimes you don't see it until you're on the boat. Because when you do the design and you knit it, you kind of get blind because you know actually what you're doing. So even today I found a little something missing.
Yeah.
And then this is the second thing.
Yeah, but nobody's perfect. We're all human and we all make mistakes. And
but we want to be perfect.
Yeah, we're working hard on on getting it all in order. So we'll probably have to have some people read the pattern as well before we decide it's good.
I don't think we have
enough.
time for that.
Of course we do. Do we have
Think
time?
so? I don't think
The written pattern?
You think we have time? For
Yeah, if you write it.
But we're going away. So.
Yeah, that's true. Well, it'll be okay. If there is a mistake, we'll be there to correct it, because this is a pattern that is only going exclusively to our guests. Another thing that I've been doing today, though, which is concerning knitting, is because the people that go on our cruise, they also have the opportunity to sign up to order the kits for the Red Barna, the Save the Children sweater. So we're sending 100% of the net profits for those 3 designs to Save the Children in Norway, Red Barna, and that money goes to Ukraine. And we also have the kits available, and if they get purchased, then Hillesvåg, the yarn factory that makes the yarn, they send the proceeds to Save the Children for their relief work for children in Ukraine. And that's really nice. So today I've been picking up the order, or going through all the orders we got.
Yeah.
And I'm making a little order thing, and I'm going to send it to Hillesvåg tomorrow. And then we're going to pick up the orders at the factory and take them to the boat. And then when everybody embarks, we have a little reception, like a welcome reception. And then everybody gets to pick up their kit, their mystery knit-along kit. And those who purchase the Red Barna kits will also get them.
Are we going to the factory the day before?
No, we're going the same day.
The same day.
But we're not going to be with the group.
Okay, so we are coming later.
Well, yeah. So the group is going to go, because the group, they meet in Oslo, and then they take the train to Bergen. And then they're going to go to the factory, to the yarn factory.
Yeah, so that's where people start to stock up the yarn.
That's where they start stocking up on the very cheap Norwegian yarn, because considering how expensive Norway is as a country, yarn is apparently very cheap, because all our foreign guests go bananas when we're on the cruise and we get off. At every port there's another yarn store, and it's so cheap.
But we're going there with the
ADHD, yeah.
ADHD people.
Yeah.
To look at the first prototypes, I guess?
Yeah, well, yes and no.
Or is it finished when we arrive?
They're finished when we arrive, yeah. In case you don't know, we're doing a collaboration as well with the Norwegian Organization for ADHD, which is one of the largest, or it's the largest organization for mental health in Norway, and they have a lot of members. And you can become a member, you know, if you have ADHD, obviously, but also if you don't have it, but maybe you're related to somebody, maybe you have a child who has ADHD, or a partner or something, you can be part of the organization. Yeah. And we're doing an exclusive series of designs for them, for the organization, so that their members can knit sweaters and hats and kid stuff as well.
So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, and we're going to Hillesvåg with them, with a journalist, because they do a members magazine as well. So we're going to go to Hillesvåg and we're going to do a tour of the yarn factory exclusively for the magazine. And we're just going to pose wearing the sweaters and
that's so nice.
And a lot of people have been wondering about the patterns for the ADHD designs, whether they will be available or not, and we don't know yet. We have to talk to them about it and see if they agree.
Yeah.
Because once we design this is a collaboration we do with them, but it's also we've signed a contract. So once we make a freelance design like that, we relinquish all the rights. So whether the pattern would be available international would be actually up to them and not up to us.
That could be nice.
But that could be nice. So,
but now, Carlos, I need to borrow your phone because I just saw a bird.
Oh, you just saw.
I don't know the English name. Can I Google it?
And while you Google the bird, let me do the update on the fall costume. How about that?
Yeah. Because now I can tell you now, spring is coming because
spring is coming.
The bird
came. Okay, so spring is coming, which means May 17th, which is our national day, is going to be soon. And, okay, did you find it?
A common blackbird.
Svarttrost.
Svarttrost.
Oh, he's just arrived.
Yeah, I just saw him. Flew by the
Where does he hang out when he goes away?
In the North Africa.
North Africa? Spain? Maybe?
Maybe.
So, yeah.
But he comes early every year, even when there's a little bit snow left. So he look for open spaces.
Yeah, so welcome back. Nice to have you back again from your winter vacation.
So that was nice. Yeah, the spring thing.
It's a spring thing, yeah.
Let's look at your folk costume.
Yes. So
you are a little bit further than me.
Yeah, I'm slightly further ahead than Arne, but that's because Arne has been helping me because there was a lot of tricky stuff here that he really needed to help me with.
And I want you to have your finished.
Well, I want you to have your finished too. And while Arne was doing that stuff for me, I was doing the embroidery of both my jacket and his jacket.
Did you show the embroidery last time?
A little bit, but okay. So,
but I not much happened on mine.
Except the embroidery.
Yeah, I got the embroidery.
So yeah.
Show it on yours.
So most of it is done now. The embroidery. I'll show you the sleeves. So here's the sleeve with the embroidery, and then there's embroidery going down the down this.
Oh, be careful.
Oops.
With the T.
There's embroidery going down on both sides of this and here. So that's been done.
And are we working on the facing? Because now this will be put like, you have to fold this in and stitch it down, and then it has to be sewn in invisible seams. So when that is done, then we only have to put it up.
Yeah, so
finish the hem.
Yeah, buttons are in. There's 12 buttons going here on both sides. And then the lining, as Arne said, it has to be applied by hand. So it's all going to be, from now on, there's no more machine sewing at all. So it's all hand sewing. Yeah. So I'm going to pin this down. You're going to help me with that.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna use the basting, I think they're called, stitches to secure everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna be sewing this with a special stitch.
Yeah. I think it's nice, if we prepare everything now and do all the basting.
Yeah, the basting now, and then the sewing.
If we get really busy now during Easter and things, and we don't finish this in time for the 17th of May, maybe we have to bring it to the coastal boat.
Yeah, we'll see.
And finish the sewing.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, yeah. So it's the lining and the facing are attached now. So this is going to be stitched down by hand here, and then I'm going to stitch it down as well on the opposite side of the facing with a special stitch. And then we're going to cut here. We're going to cut it somewhere. It goes up.
Way too long.
Yeah.
The lining is hanging like way down. So
we're going to cut the lining, and then we're going to sew it up also by hand. We're going to fold it like that, sew it up.
And I think maybe I should take one more hand seam, or you can do it on the lining in the sleeves.
The lining inside the sleeves is done as well.
But I looked at the handmade ones in the shop, and they were almost like this. So
yeah,
I think we're good.
We're good, yeah. We moved the shoulder pad about 175 times, back and forth, in and out.
We even tried with an extra pair, but we only got black ones, and you could see the black through the fabric actually.
Yeah, so, and it feels like we've done everything It feels like we've done everything twice. Like even the buttons, we sewed on the wrong ones because there were smaller
two different sizes
and larger
we didn't
buttons.
see it.
Yeah, and I got a little bit of a something here, unfortunately.
Dry cleaning.
So
Maybe we have to do dry cleaning.
it'll have to go to the dry
But
cleaning.
we went to the dry cleaner with the suit that we showed. Was it last time? A suit that I made for you many years ago, and I told them that we're making our folk costumes, and we might come and get some help with steaming, so we can get it perfect.
Maybe I'll try to get it off with a little bit of soap.
Yeah, but be careful.
Yeah, so that it doesn't get bigger.
Yeah. But we have a very busy folk costume season.
I'm a little upset now.
Don't look at it now.
Well,
It will all go away.
it's life. Yeah, hopefully.
If not, you have to make you a new one.
Yeah. No, thank you. One's enough. I think that...
You can imagine how this will look after a couple of 17th of May parties. You have to hand it in for cleaning.
No, but a little bit of hot water and it'll go.
But we have a busy season this year, because now we have... First we have the 17th of May, then we have to wear it if it's finished, and then we have a christening, and then we have a wedding.
Yeah, but I don't think I want to wear the full costume for the wedding because it's going to be in August.
It depends on the weather. If it's a cold August, it's probably not.
No.
And then for Christmas.
I think I'll wear a suit for the wedding. Yeah. Oh, what a bummer that it got a little stain on the shoulder.
Don't leave the camera. You're disappearing.
I know. I'm just looking at my stain and I'm a little bit heartbroken. But I have some. When we flew Singapore Airlines, they gave us some sort of a cleaning thing, a kit.
Okay, try it,
And
but be
there's-
careful. But you know, the dry cleaner people can do it.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but
I won't try.
okay. And I finished this one, my UFO, the parrot jacket. So, finally,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Finally, I got both parrots, but I'm going to put something here.
And you made a hole there.
I fixed it with Flisseline. Because there will be some flowers here, because I managed
Yeah,
to
you
cut
need to cover the hole.
cut
Yeah.
the fabric. But I will put more up here. Maybe I should use this for the wedding.
Yeah, maybe.
Or maybe it's a little bit too much.
I think it's too much. No, it's never too much. It's
But
cute.
there's the red. I have a different red on this one, but if I don't tell people, you won't see it.
No, that's true. Yeah.
Because I gave up in the end, because how many years was it since I started this?
You started this one in 2017.
17.
5 years.
So, yes. That's a long time ago.
Yep. It certainly is.
But I couldn't find the same red, so I gave up in the end, and now I use something that's almost similar. So, I finished this one. Right now it's not a UFO, but as soon as I put on more embroidery, it will become a UFO.
Yeah.
Again.
Certainly will.
Certainly will. Okay,
I
Carlo.
can't stop looking at my jacket now. Oh. Did I get a stain there as well? No. Just there.
It's not a stain, this is from a pin.
What? This? My hands, because I had...
Yeah, you had something on your hands.
Yeah. So don't do that.
But this is, I guess you will get rid of it. Stop staring at it.
I guess I will.
Think about something nice.
Yeah. I'll think about something nice.
We can show what we got this week. We got a book in the post.
From our friend Marie in Denmark. She's a really
Ah.
good friend of ours.
We got Færøysk bindingarmønster.
Yeah, which in Faroese means Faroese knitting patterns,
Yeah.
and bindingamønster, we can actually understand it because
Binding.
binding.
So this this was cool. This is actually how I'm in my imagination, or what I have learned before, that this is like typical Faroe Island patterns. You see the small all over patterns.
Yeah.
Like the Icelander sweater we have in Norway, that I read somewhere that that one is also inspired of a sweater from the Faroe Island. Because you see, it's a lot of these things very different from what we have in Norway. And there are a few with 8-leaf roses here. More like the Norwegian style.
Very nice.
But it's more like all over. So this is... It's fun, and it's fun to try to read it.
Yeah.
I think was this I understand. Konufolkar trøyemønster. Kvinnfolk trøyemønster.
Yeah. Yeah, like night shirts.
Like
Konu.
Konu, that's probably the wife's or women's.
Folkatrøy.
Folkatrøy. Nei, konufolka.
Konufolkatrøyum.
Kvinnfolktrøyer.
Yeah.
I en mønster.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And this is the men's, yeah,
mønster.
Menswear.
This is a nice book. Little cool book.
And she signed it for us as well.
And it's from Hans M. Debes. From Føroyskt heimavirke, Tórshavn.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's always nice to see the traditional patterns from a culture. And,
it's fun to try to read it, I think.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
it's
lots of really nice stuff here, for sure.
And then we went to the arts and crafts shop again because there's always something we need. And then I found this really beautiful book. It says From Versailles to Valdres, the region where we live. So this is a book about the folk costumes in this region. And it
Which is not what we're making. We're making folk costumes from another region.
Yeah, from the neighbor valley.
From where Arne comes from.
But it was really cool, like when I looked at... I also looked at the garments in the arts and crafts shop. And... look at this. And a lot of these are actually... The garments are handmade.
Yeah.
What they did in the arts and crafts shop in Fagernes was like... I think most of it was actually handmade. Like everything was like... It was very, very interesting to look at. It almost made me want to do one from this region as well.
Yeah. Well, we only need to do the jacket and the vest.
And the trousers are almost the same,
Yeah.
but the jacket was quite interesting actually, because there was a lot of different fabrics on the jacket, and it was all made by hand. And there was even, you know, when you put on the buttons,
yeah,
on the back of the button there was like this stripe of leather. So the button was sewn around a stripe of leather on the inside of the garment.
You've got a couple
that was
more.
really cool.
And then let's see if we can find a woman's one. Well, the woman's one is on the cover.
But we also have something in the region where I come from, which is reconstruct. What's that in English?
Reconstructed.
Reconstructed model, which is mostly handmade, I think.
Yeah.
So I think maybe that's a thing.
Yeah, here's the woman's costume of this region.
The lady in the arts and crafts shop also said to me that, like, the ones we are making, they were mostly made by sewing machines.
Yeah.
But the ones in this region are made by hand.
Different because it depends on which era they come from.
Yeah.
Sometimes it would have been more status to do it in a sewing machine because fewer people could have afforded one. And hand seam at the time wouldn't have been as appreciated.
So that's like the parts of Norway where they have that silk apron with roses. That I think it came from France.
And it's printed.
Spain.
It's not
it's
embroidered.
Printed, and that was more.
That was more expensive than an hand embroidered.
Than something homemade. So.
Well, look, this is cool as well. The braiding. It's a special way.
This is when they put the hair up on the bride.
It's a special way to put the...
But it's so nice to have these books about folk costumes. It can be like from all over the world. It doesn't only have to be Norway. We collect everything. And look at these belts with silver. beautiful. So this is a very nice book. I couldn't leave this one in the store.
No. I mean, it's a great investment for sure.
So there's always things to bring home.
Yeah. And then we got some of those thimbles as well, I think they're called, right? It's over there.
Well, because your fingers almost broke.
I was doing so many embroidery stitches
this finger
that I had to put this on my thumb in the end because I was it's a repetitive thing, you know, when that needle hits the thumb. And I embroidered 2 folk costumes.
Two folk costumes. So
a lot of
it's
pain.
not strange that your finger broke or it was.
But thank goodness it's just that. I mean, it's just a little embroidery on both sides and on the cape of the sleeve and on the bottom of the sleeve. Otherwise, I would have.
But still, it's a lot of work because it's simple, but it has to be perfect.
Yeah, well, it has to look nice.
Or look nice. But we've been looking at these folk costumes now, like in different stores, and we also Googled them, and a lot of them are very different. So
the embroidery.
We saw this, the piece on the sleeve. This one, there was one in Oslo who made this, and this piece was very sharp.
Yeah, and they had no embroidery actually.
And no embroidery. So, but this, since we bought this in Lillehammer, you get the real thing.
Yeah, but I've done the embroidery with my hand and my kind of eyes. So, yeah, I have to stop looking at that.
I think you did a very good job.
Yeah, but I have to stop looking at my shoulder now because maybe I have to do a little embroidery on the shoulder to cover up that stain.
Yeah, you can have a parrot.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been working so hard to keeping my hands clean when I've been making this costume or this jacket, and it was a 3-second thing. Arne said, "Take it and put it there." I took it. I put it there, then I saw my hand.
Now you know why I wanted to have a black one.
Now I know why you wanted to have a black one, and I think you have definitely made a smarter choice than I have.
Because you have to be careful now. Every time we go to a party where we have the folk costume, you have to stay away from cakes, coffee, wine.
Anyway, let's talk about something else. When we finish this podcast, I'm going to go and I'm going to find the Laundrette, because that's the brand. There's a little soap there, and I'm going to...
But Carlos, we're going to be here just for 15 minutes, so you have all the time.
I have all the time in the world to remove the stain or find a way to remove the stain. Anyway, we've decided to do... I think it was last year, or was it in 2020? It was probably in 2020. Kate, our friend from the last Homely House, she sent us some stuff, and we've been planning what to do with this stuff.
The planning takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
But we got this, what's it called?
Hexagons?
And I think they're so nice. If they ever worn out, we will put them in our art journal or scrapbook. Yeah. Look, it's like from kids' books. I think she sells these.
Yeah, I think she does, yeah.
They're so beautiful. She probably have a machine.
Yeah, and she sent us these.
A cat.
She sent us these hexagons as a gift. Now, Kate is lovely. If you haven't seen her channel, go to the last Homely House, which is Kate's YouTube channel. You're gonna fall in love with her. She's got this huge lime green sofa where you can sit down. I mean, in your mind, and you can just enjoy the best cakes ever. So yeah.
And look, she finished
a couple. For you?
Yeah, for us.
Oh, how nice.
But we cheat when we do this. We use paper clips.
Yeah.
We put it on just before we sew them because we're lazy.
Yeah. Anyway, we found an idea for the quilt that we're gonna do.
But we got 2 different sizes.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So we have a bigger one also. So they are like this size. Moose. And it's again, I think it's from a children's book, because there's a lot of nice motifs when you look into this. Oops. Look, oh, here's a chef. And a dog with glasses.
Very cute.
So, but the idea was that we should do a quilt, and we've been working on this for a while, or thinking about it for a while, but nothing had happened so far. But we are picking up all these fabrics.
Yeah, kind of
in thrift stores.
Yeah.
Because the idea was...
Freja, nej, kom här.
Freja. So look, what the idea was that we should use the floral motifs and put those on the hexagon and cut them. So, but the problem is that some of the fabrics, they are so beautiful, so it's really hard to cut. But you see, the motifs are a little bit bigger on this one.
But there's tons of really pretty stuff here. That
these ones with embroidery is really beautiful.
Yeah, there's a nice one here with a little pretty embroidery.
It's hard to cut the fabric.
Well, this one's already torn, so it's easier to...
And look at this, like with the little... What do you call that animal?
a little lady... No.
Ladybug.
Ladybug, yeah. I was going to call it ladybird, but ladybug is the right word.
So this is the idea, but we haven't managed to cut the fabric yet because it's hard. And then when we found this fabric,
yeah, that's a nice one.
I decided that we have to look for more because I will make shirts with
that's really
these
nice.
kitchen embroidery motifs. Can you imagine, like we have, with this motif we have this napkin and we have this, what's this, like a tablecloth?
Yeah, a little table runner
with
or something.
A runner with the same motif. So if we find more of this motif, it will be enough for a shirt.
Great.
And then there's another one with another motif. Look at this. That could be so cool on a shirt.
Absolutely.
Can you imagine having that on the back?
Yeah. Very cool. You have
So
great
nice.
ideas, Arne.
Yeah. So all this fabric with white fabric with blue embroidery, they will be new shirts.
And we will start doing this project with Kate's hexagons soon.
Yeah, as soon as we have enough
time and fabrics. So there is a plan here, Kate. If you're watching, I've sitting in it for a bit. Know that there is a plan, and we will do a project with this. Just taking time because of the folk costumes and.
But you see, like on this fabric, there's a lot of embroidery already that we can use. But then we can also use the whole fabric and we can make our own embroideries on the small hexagons.
Yeah.
So I think it's just all about time.
It's always a matter of time, yeah. It's always the issue.
Because there's always so much we have to do.
Yeah. I mean, during the pandemic, we had all the time in the world, but now things are changing again, and yeah, we'll see what happens and what we're going to be doing. We do have a lot of plans for a lot of traveling this year. I mean, we're doing the cruises on board the Hurtigruten, the Norwegian Coastal Express, and we're also doing our garden trip to Italy in May, which is going to be beautiful. Yeah, we have plans for tour in the US as well.
Yeah.
Sometime in the fall. So lots of things to do. So many things, so little time.
But there will be a quilt.
Yeah.
One day. Soon.
Definitely.
Oh my god, look at... Yeah. And this is just a little bit of all the fabric.
Yeah, we have a lot of it. And you've been buying it up at the thrift store as well, together with all the unfinished projects
I'm a
from
regular
the lady.
Customer.
You are, yeah.
When they see me coming into the room, they're like, ka-ching.
Yeah. Definitely.
This embroidery is nice also.
Yeah, very nice.
And even the lace, you can wear that on your shirt. So,
yeah.
well, this smells.
Oh.
That's the problem with all stuff.
Yeah, we have to wash
We should
it.
wash them.
Yeah, and we have to do something about my jacket. So basically, this means that our 15 minutes
I
are
think
up.
we don't have time for this because now you're so upset by the jacket.
I'm a Virgo.
Hey, you should go and pick up that stuff and I can talk about something.
Yeah, no. I think, you know what, I'm a Virgo, and I think if there are other Virgos out there, they can relate to how I'm feeling right now. I am shattered. I am shattered and I am devastated because there's a tiny little stain on the shoulder of my white folk costume. And believe me when I say that, I'm shattered. So
Look, Carlos, look at this one.
You're very nice.
I will make you a nice shirt of this fabric. Look. You can wear it.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Arna. I
You're
can't wait
welcome.
to have it.
I think you need to go and clean your jacket.
I think I need to go and clean my jacket, and our 15 minutes are up anyway because that's the way it is. We're watching this show. It's called Andy Warhol Diaries, and it's on Netflix. It's super interesting, and if you are familiar with Andy Warhol, he did say that everybody, gets their 15 minutes, and ours are
We
up.
had our 15 minutes
Yeah,
right
they're
now.
up already.
They're
so
up.
It's
And
time to go
maybe we
and
should put
do
this-
stuff. I'm gonna clean
But
my.
before we leave, I want to know what Ladial is doing right now.
Oh, okay. So, they might have started the action in there. Let's see. Let's see what is happening. Let's check up on Elfrid first.
Yeah.
So
How is she doing?
she is at 74%. So she's still the same.
Nothing happened.
No, because he wasn't starting until 4,
Okay. What
And-
happened?
and it is a little past 4 now. Let's see what he's doing.
Now you know this is not live.
Yeah, he started charging already. So yeah.
Cool.
And it's gonna take 4 hours, and 4 hours to fill up the remaining 23%.
So our batteries will be full tomorrow because we're going to Lillehammer and we're gonna get the hats for
The
the
folk
folk
costume, and we're gonna do some stuff, and I guess we'll be back with a new episode next Wednesday, and
Yeah.
we'll tell you.
What happened with the jackets?
Yeah, I guess we will.
if you can't fix it, we have to buy a new piece of fabric tomorrow. And
No.
just take it out.
The front panel? No. We can fix it. It's
Yeah.
just a little. It's just a little ash or something. We'll fix it. It's fixable.
Good to know.
Don't you think?
Oh, of
Yeah.
course you can fix
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
I think we have to go.
Yeah.
But if you like our videos, put your thumbs up and subscribe and put on your notifications if you're a subscriber, because then you won't miss episode. And a lot of good thoughts for Carlos right now.
Yeah.
Because now he's so worried.
No, I'll be fine. And keep in mind that the waiting list the email list, the newsletter, our email list is the best way to get all the updates. I know that we're going to get questions. When are you coming to the US? Because we mentioned we're going to tour in the US. Well, we're not going to tell you here on camera. If you want to know, you have to get on the mailing list, and then you'll receive an email at some point telling you where we'll be. So that's how it is. If you want to be updated, you need to get on our mailing list, which you can do by going to arnecarlos.com. We've also got a lot of patterns there for you to get at arnecarlos.com. That's where all the action happens, unless it's on YouTube where you're now. So yeah, and we'll be back with a new episode soon. Now I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna get a little. I've already planned in my head what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to the kitchen. I'm gonna go down and get a clean kitchen towel. I'm gonna put a little bit of hot water on that. I'm gently gonna try to see if I can get it off with that.
Yeah.
And if I can't get it off with that, let's hope I can.
Yeah, we hope so.
So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Bye. And I'm okay. Don't be too upset. Don't be too worried. I'm fine. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon. Bye. Hi everyone.
Okay,
We're
we're
back. I just didn't want to leave you guys like that. I was devastated, crushed for a while and shattered, but I went up to the toiletry. We have like a toiletry basket, and I looked for that little kit that Singapore Airlines gave us a few years ago while we were still traveling with the pandemic. And
Thanks to Singapore Airlines.
thank you, Singapore Airlines. We've always loved you. You've always been our favorite airline. But now I have to say you are my lifesaver. Stain's gone, completely gone. Yay. And in case you're wondering what was in that kit that Singapore Airlines gave us, it was, among other things, this series of products from the laundress in New York. And there was a wash and stain bar vegetable soap, borax, and essential oils. This is it. And this took away the stain. So it's gone. Now I
You have
hope...
more of this in the house. And did you learn something?
Yeah.
What did you learn?
That I'm never gonna touch the kitchen oven. And I'm not talking about the conventional one, the one that is burned by firewood.
And what did you do in that oven this time of the year?
I threw away a couple of papers in there to burn later. Very stupid. Never go there anyway with a white jacket, that's for sure. And I'm gonna make sure my hands are always clean.
I think we should finish your jacket tonight and put it in under plastic.
Yeah.
Like in this wardrobe thing.
Anyway, we're gonna celebrate. There's still kind of like a stain. It got a lot bigger, but that's because it's wet. No, it's not a stain. Right now it looks like a stain because it's been, you know, it's wet. I've used this thing. But once it dries, it's gonna be gone. So
you're happy?
I'm relieved. I'm not happy about what happened, but I'm relieved. I know that the stain is gone. And when we finish it up, we'll take it to the dry cleaners anyway and have them dry clean it. But everything's good, so I just wanted you guys to know I couldn't leave you like that. So it's all good. I'm happy. Arne's happy. We're all happy.
The panic is over now.
So
no panic.
Yeah. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Bye. That's